Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestler's Debate and to another edition of Raw Out of 10. It's a big show today because of course it's the first episode of Raw since Clash at the Castle, and yeah, that was a big show, lots going down. Dominic turning on his dad and Edge, Roman becoming double champion again, retaining against Drew, so yeah, lots going on, and we did get Raw kicked off by Edge and talk about how Dominic Mysterio betrayed him and called Dominic to come out and face him. Rey Mysterio came out and said, I wanted Edge to let it go by apologising for his son, but Rey Superstar said that Young had to face the consequences of his actions. Ripley then walked out and said that Dom wasn't Rey's little boy anymore, and that Rhea had turned him into a man. Dom followed her out, dressed in black, and headed to the ring. Rey tried to reason with his son Dominic, but Dominic was not interested. Damien and Balor attacked Edge, who were alone in the ring, and took him down. Dominic handed Balor a steel chair to beat up Edge, which they used to chop Edge's arm and hit a coup de grace on. Ray eventually chased the heels out of the ring, but the damage was already done. And yeah, this was a really good start to Raw. I mean, like, we saw it multiple times throughout the night, but yeah, just really putting over the Judgment Day and his new faction. And you know, the storyline with Ray, Edge, Dominic and stuff like that is really good. So yeah, fun start to Raw. This was then backstage with Ciampa and came across an upside down car in the parking lot before it's Alpha Academy versus Los Cesarios versus New Day versus Street Profits, the number one contender match, and Hell Onwards kicked off the match and a brawl broke out early on. Pin attempt came, was broken up. The New Day came out with a huge dive from Kofi and Woods, sent everyone outside. Back after a break, the Street Profits were in control and Dawkins hit a big dive before Floyd tried to get a pin, but Otis broke it before tagging in. We got a series of superplexes in the ring before Otis got a splash on near fall. The match was underway when Braun Strowman made his return to WWE and stood in the ring with Chan Gable before taking him and every other contestant out in the match one by one. A bunch of Brody's and crew members tried to restrain Strowman, but they got destroyed. Braun then sent Otis through the barricades outside the powerbomb, being Dawkins through the announcer's table. The carnage continued and Gable took a pass in the ring before Strowman headed backstage. And yeah, Braun Strowman's back. We knew it was coming. But yeah, coming back and destroying everywhere in classic Braun Strowman fashion. I wasn't minding watching there. But you know, I mean, like, I don't know about this because I would have liked to see him go straight to feud, but then watching Braun Strowman just destroy everyone is good fun as well. But yeah, on the whole, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Really great to see Braun back. Sure about that it had to happen in this match though. But yeah, excited to see what Braun can do. Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez then took on Doudrop and Nikki SH next. Aaliyah and Nikki started off the match and the chance got a spinning backbreaker early on when Doudrop was tagged in and Damage Control were watching from backstage. Raquel was then tagged in and got some big moves in before Doudrop blocked the powerbomb. Doudrop then tripped Raquel in the ring and hit a senton, getting a near fall. Raquel came back with Tejana Bomb and picked up the quick W. And yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 on the whole. I mean, like, it was just there really. I mean, like, just a simple way to put the champions over. We got to the Damage Control later. But to be honest, yeah, it kind of just felt like times were a bit good chance to win, I suppose, so 6 out of 10. Backstage, Ray said that he needed to talk to his son in private and he was going to get his revenge on Judgment Day. Before Austin Theory was out next, accidentally calling Clash of Castle duel. He said that he was happy that Roman was still the champ. He added that he would eventually cash in his contract on Roman before Kevin Owens made his entrance. Owens made fun of Theory for getting knocked out before saying that he hated arrogant superstars like him. Theory said KO was jealous of him and showed off his money and Money in the Bank briefcase. Owens said that he would have defeated Roman months ago if not for the Usos before the two headed for a match. Theory tried to run off straight after the bell. But KO chased him down, sent him into the barricades and then back in the ring. Austin was hit with a cannonball in the corner before taking a splash on the outside of the apron. Back after a break, Theory tricked KO and sent him into the corner before getting a headlock in. KO got out and tried for the stunner, but it was reversed. Owens then hit a super kick before the match went outside, and Theory sent KO skull first into the steel steps. KO barely beat the count and managed to kick out of a pin attempt before blocking the suplex. Owens countered with a big brain buster from the top before getting a massive powerbomb stunner for a victory. And yeah, gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I mean, like, Theory lost, but you know, it's kind of understandable after the blow he took from Tyson at Clash of the Castle a few days ago. And Owens, yeah, just continuing his killer streak, and we love that from Kevin Owens, so 7 out of 10. Damage Control were out next and said that Raquel and Aaliyah won unfairly and that they will claim their women's tag team titles for themselves soon. Bianca Belair came out and asked Bayley for a match and the latter said no. Belair showed off her title to tempt her. Bayley said that she had nothing to prove and would not take the match. Bayley then said that if she wants the title she would get it one way or another before walking out. I mean, like, yeah, it's clearly coming down the line, especially with Bayley pinning Bianca at Clash of the Castle. And yeah, looking forward to the match when it comes because yeah, of course it's going to be an absolute bloody banger. Before Johnny Gargano said backstage that he will return to in-ring action next week and was confronted by Theory. No word on who it will be. I don't know, maybe it will just be a squash opponent, but I hope we get a proper match. But anyway, then it's time for Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest. Rey laid on Priest as the match began, but Damian, the biggest superstar, was quick to take control of the match. Rey was able to sidestep out of the tackle and send Priest into the ring post before getting crossbody. Rey then set up for the 619, and the rest of Judgment Day came out of Dominic and distracted Rey. Rey then hit a big dive to Priest to the outside before getting a big Hurricane Rana off the top rope. Rey missed the 619 again and took a kick before Dominic got in the way of the third 619. Rey was distracted and Priest knocked him down with a South of Heaven chokeslam for the W. And yeah, it gets 7 out of 10 from me. Judgment Day got on the mic after the match and Ripley said that Dominic will face Edge next week, which I'm looking forward to that, but 7 out of 10 from me. Good stuff. Damian Priest getting a victory. Rey, there's kind of good excuses for him to lose, I suppose, there's mines everywhere else and stuff like that. Puts Judgment Day over, and yeah, to be honest, I'm very intrigued by this storyline. I think it's been a good first night since it all happened, really. Braun Strowman was backstage on Raw and said he's going to SmackDown to cause more chaos. Before backstage, Riddle wanted a rematch against Rollins, but Rollins didn't want the same. Before it's time for Lashley v Miz in the Steel Cage US title match. Before the match even started, Miz attacked Lashley with his own belt and dragged him out of the cage with the help of Ciampa. The Miz got steel steps and smashed Lashley's hand between it and the ring post as we headed for a bait. Back on Raw, the Miz was in control and got it kicks and the match officially started. He tried to climb out of the ring, but Lashley dragged him down. Lashley came out with a suplex and smashed Miz against the chain link cage wall. Miz then managed to break out of the hurt lock and tried to climb out of the cage, but was taken down once more. Lashley tried to climb out himself, but Ciampa hit knees with a steel chair from the outside to take him down. Lashley then got a suplex, but skull crushing finale before trying to walk out of the ring. Ciampa tried to shut it in his face before the Miz joined in and smacked the champ's head over the cage door. Miz then tried to climb the cage and it looked like he was going to do it before Dexter Lewis showed up and distracted the A-list, so Lashley got a spear off the distraction and picked up the W. Dexter then climbed into the cage and Miz tried to escape before Lashley shut his face in the door. Dexter caught Miz in the sleep hold and knocked him out as Raw went off air. And yeah, this was good stuff. 7 out of 10. I mean, there were some few guys. Why would Miz just go back into the cage? A bit daft, really. But 7 out of 10 from me. Good stuff. Enjoyed the match. Lashley obviously winning the right result. And this Dexter Loomis thing is kind of mildly amusing as well. So good stuff. Overall, Raw this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a really good episode of Raw this week. The main event was really good. Match throughout card was really good. Enjoying the Judgment Day whole Edge and thing storyline more than I thought I would. So yeah, on the whole, a really, really solid episode of Raw. And yeah, I think they can continue to follow it up in the next few weeks, really. So good stuff. But anyway, guys, that's it for you. Thanks very much for watching. Until like, share, subscribe. Notice what comments down below. Follow us to the links for daily wrestling news. Subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out, sir.